What's up, everyone? In this video, I will be showing you how you can find high-value Reddit threads where you can engage and start having a discussion. So I will discuss a few options, free option, pay tools. I will discuss all these options with you, and I will also discuss the pros and cons of each method. So the first one is using Google. So it's pretty basic, pretty simple, and if you're just getting started, it gets the job done very easily. So the way to do that is simply just do site colon reddit.com. Now after this, it could be anything that you want to find. So for example, best VPN for small business, right? So when we type this in, we will see all the Reddit threads that are on Google. Now, you can go further, a bit further, and you can see which of these threads are ranking on Google and getting traffic. So the way to do that is, let's just pick this one, and you can come over at ahrefs.com/traffic checker. So this is a free tool you can use. You don't have to buy the paid version, and it's quite good. It gets the job done. So for example, here you can see how much traffic it's getting, the value, the countries. I think like the top level stuff that I need to know. I can see that easily here. And the best thing about this checker is that it's free. You can use it. There's no limit on the usage. So we can see that this is ranking for small business VPN. It is ranking for these keywords. It's a quite good thread that we can engage on. Now we can just go on and let's just do this one. So we come over here, and this is something that we can somehow we can identify these threads. So we can see this one. It's it has started ranking. We can see this in the chart. It has some good traffic, and again we can target this. We can save these threads in a Google sheet along with this information, how much traffic it's getting, and once we have all that, start um, we can start engaging on them. All right, and you can do this for any keyword. So, for example, um, let's just do Mailchimp versus ConvertKit. This is what I had in mind. Now, any keyword that you add, it will show you all the relevant um, relevant threads for that keyword. And what you can do is you can go a bit further. So what I recommend is that you leave this like this. So Mailchimp versus ConvertKit, you don't add anything else. But if you want to be very specific. So for example, I just want to find um, titles where it's specifically MailChimp versus ConvertKit, right? So if I do that, you will see it narrows down. Like I literally, there's no, results. So the best way to do that is don't go too specific. Just do, something like a keyword where like best VPN service or, MailChimp versus ConvertKit or MailChimp alternatives, anything you want to search for on Reddit. And again, the next thing that you want to do is simply just copy this, come over here, right? And just check how much traffic it's getting, if it's valuable. As you can see here, it's a pretty good thread where you can engage on. And the reason why these threads are super valuable is because we know people are coming on these Reddit threads, and they're specifically looking for something, looking for a recommendation, and that's the reason why I always recommend just going after keywords like best VPN service or best, um, it can be, I don't know, best keyboard for gaming, right? So it's a keyword where the anyone that is searching that on Google is actively looking for a suggestion. So when people hear about Reddit, they're like, oh, you cannot you cannot promote there. But that's the thing. If you target specific threads like, best VPN for a small business, that's where you can easily just go there and you can say, hey, I use this service and that's working great for me. So that's one of the reasons why we only target these type of keywords, best, XYZ, whatever keyword it is, or brand. Then there's alternatives, so like MailChimp alternative, or like TikTok alternative, stuff like that. Or even you can do comparisons. So these are all transactional keywords that you can just pop right here, and you can see which of them are ranking on Reddit. So this was the free method for using Google Plus Ahrefs free checker, and it's quite good. I actually sometimes use this myself just for a quick check, and I can also use the Ahrefs toolbar, so which is actually quite helpful if you have their plan. You can see directly here. You don't have to go over here. You can just see all the stats here. Now the second one is Ahrefs. So obviously this is a paid tool. You can use Ahrefs or SEMrush. So I should just add this. So you can use either of those tools. It is uh, quite advanced. It is for those that that know how these tools work and how to make them work. So mainly SEOs, agencies, and those sort of people. But I think if you're the beginner, the first one is the one for you. But if you know your stuff, if you know how to get around, these tools, then definitely use Ahrefs or SEMrush. Now, the third is something that we have built ourselves, and it basically has merged all the features from um, these two methods, and it has really allowed it is a key Reddit specific, where you can just go in, find these threads, and engage on them. So the way that works is, if we come over here at crowdreply.io, you can see we have this tool where you can find Reddit threads. Now the way this works is, I can just say um, best keyboard, right, for gaming. Let's just do this. I will click on search. Now what this will do is, it will find me all the threads that are ranking on Google. Okay, so we were doing this manually, right? We were doing this manually. You were checking each link in on Ahrefs traffic checker. It is quite cumbersome. It is a hassle, doing this for each and every one, especially if you're trying to scale, right? So now over here, what we have done is, we have searched for just this keyword. So this is just one keyword. You can do thousands of keywords, right? Just for this one keyword, we have 61 threads where we can go in and promote our, it's a brand, whatever that we're trying to sell. So for example, which keyword is best? This is getting 32,000 search traffic in a month, in a single month. And like I said, the reason why this type of promotion it works is because you're not spamming. Obviously, you just go with it, you just go to these threads, you provide some value, and then you add, in a very subtle way, you add whatever, brand or something that you're trying to promote. Now, but this isn't where you can stop. So this isn't the strategy where you stop. So the next part is, like, once you have find these threads, what do you do with them, right? So let's just say I have these 61 total threads, and my brand is XYZ gaming keyboard brand or something. It's a super cool keyword I have made or something. We're selling that, we're doing e-com. Let's just use that example, right? So now what do I do? So I have these threads. Like, the next step is engaging on them. Now that's where CrowdReply really helps with scaling your strategy. So let's just say I had one keyword, right? Where I had 61. So let's just say I had like 10, 20, 30 keywords like these, okay? And for each of that, I have like 60 results. So I can potentially, engage on like 500 threads where there's like insane amount of traffic. You can see these are insane amount of traffics that you're getting. And this is where it gets really, really Great. So I can simply just click on add comment and I can say, hey, um, let's just do, keyboard X. I don't know, like this is the brand um, that we're trying to promote. Keyboard X has worked really great for me, been using. So this is just a filler comment I'm using 3 years now. Something like this. You can obviously add something of your own, just to make it look good. You provide value, all that sort of thing. You can even add your website link. You can add that, it will do that, and then you can click the project, you can select that, and once that is done, you can now this is the other thing that I really like. So if you can rank your comment. So what this does is it sees the top upvotes for that in that thread. So the top comment has 48 upvotes, right? And what it is telling us that we need to have 52 in order to rank our comment at the top. Now, this is basically a set and forget type of thing. Okay, so I can say, hey, instead of 52, let's just do 55, right? Or I can even do like 40. It can be any number. It can be any number you want to add. And then I can just say, to be very, very careful, either just select one or two. So I will say 2 upvotes per day, and then I'll say after 7 days. This is also the most recommended setting. So don't just do 24 hours, do after 7 days, click submit, and we will have this this comment posted from our network of high karma accounts. We will do that for you, and after like a few days, for example, after 7 days, we will start adding upvotes also. So this is like a set and forget method where you just add one comment, you do that. Once you do that, you'll see it will say view tasks. So like you can see how many like how many threads have you engaged on, all that sort of stuff, and then you can just track that in tracking. Okay, so you can do that, and you can see by project, you can see all the engagement that you've done. So this is basically what we use for our own brand promotions tools and everything. This is what we do. We add a keyword, and once we have all the threads, we start engaging on them and promoting our brand. So I hope you like this video, and these are the 3 ways that you can use to find super highly targeted Reddit threads that are ranking on Google, and you can start promoting on them. All right, I'll see you in the next video. Thank you.